Hi witchlings, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your local chaotic witch aunt. And today I am reformatting, wow, that's insane. I am reformatting my old spells. I'm excited for this video. It is a companion video to revisiting my old spells, my old spell book. I'm very excited. I think that, there are a lot of spells in here that I would like to reformat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose 3, and then I'm gonna show you how I would do them in my modern practice. There were several that I felt like had a lot of potential. I think the wishing spell is one that I like, but I don't think it's something I would use at all in modern day. I just burn a bay leaf. Purification spell. That's a good one. I could probably work with this. A charming spell. Protection charm. So we're gonna do the purification spell. You have no power over me. Do I have post-it notes? I do, hold on. I love post-it notes, okay. I've started annotating my books because why not? And I have pastel colors. Chef's kiss, I love them. So I'm gonna quickly mark these. If anyone knows where to get really nice pastel post-it notes, please let me know. Drinks for spells, I love that. Ooh, I do like that. I am gonna revisit that. I don't know if I'm gonna rework it. Ooh, cursing oil. What is in this? Cloves, vervain, water, stormwater, incense, ashes, black coffee and coffee grounds, morning glory, and chili powder. That's pretty strong. I bet that smells fucking terrible. Maybe I'll experiment with making a cursing water today, or some kind of water. So we'll do that. All right. So we're gonna start off, and it's either gonna be choosing drinks and going through drinks for spells, or looking at this cursing water and reworking it. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really curse people very often, so I'm probably not gonna make a straight up cursing water. I'm probably gonna make a baneful protection water. So we're gonna start with the purification spell. So originally this spell called in earth, wind, water, fire, spirit. I call upon you, I cleanse this space, dismiss bad spirits, dispel negativity, to do no harm nor return on me, so mote it be. You place 5 candles in the north, south, east, west, and center. Does anyone own a compass in this day and age? Light these candles and light the sage and begin to smoke, cleanse, chant incantation above as you purify. Place some of the ointment. What ointment? What ointment? Oh, you mix together thyme, salt, cloves, lemon, and bay in a dish. And then place some of the ointment on each of your windows and doors. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do candles. I don't really feel like it, but I am going to rework this ointment and make an oil. I love that there's clear quartz, agate, amethyst, dragonstone, rose quartz. There's a lot going on. And the purification spell, so typically when I purify my space, I do something that is not at all like this. I don't do a full spell. I will throw salt around the house and sweep it up. And if I need an extra, and then I will wash down my doors with 2 different types of water. And then if I need an extra oomph, I will smoke cleanse. So I think that an anointing oil for protection and purification could be something really interesting to work with. This used to have lavender, rosemary, thyme, salt, cloves, lemon, and bay in a dish. That's a lot. I typically work with, a very small set of ingredients. I don't have a huge apothecary. I find I work mostly with the herbs that I work mostly with the herbs that grew in my ancestors' town in Italy. So this isn't gonna be too crazy, but I do think I have a list of that, and I'll go through and find some herbs for ointment. I already have a lot of different ideas around baneful protection blends, curse breaker incense, and I'll probably make those for the public eventually. Who knows? So this is a purification incense, but I feel like purifying ointment, for me, purification is very much associated with getting rid of all energy. And for me, ointment is something that is I don't know how to explain this. When I use an oil, I'm not purifying, I'm adding something. I'm not removing things. That's just me. So I'm gonna rework this purification, and I already have like a purification smoke incense that I use, but I'm not creating a smoke incense, I'm creating an oil. So I have to think deeply about what I'm gonna do. So firstly, this is gonna be cleanse a space, dismiss bad spirits, dispel negativity. So maybe this is a dispel negativity oil, or like that. So we're gonna create, I'm writing this down on my phone because I don't have a pen. So dispel negativity oil. So what was used in this original one is thyme, salt, cloves, lemon, and bay. I like bay leaves because they're purifying. Salt is also very purifying, so I'm probably gonna keep salt. Thyme, yeah. I know this was just what I had on hand, but I have other things now. I have a list on my phone of herbs that grew in my ancestors' town. So I'm gonna pull that up. Okay, we could do fennel. Ooh, hang on windows and doors to ward off evil. Warding off evil helps to dispel negativity. So I think let's add some fennel to dispel negativity oil. Let's go back to this list. These may not be native, but they are ones that grow there currently. A lot of them, I believe, are native, but not all of them. I don't want lemons. I don't want cloves could be a good addition, but I am allergic to cloves, and if I plan to use this oil, we're not gonna have a good experience. Vervaine's always pretty good. Used in cleansing baths and rituals, remove nightmares, evil spirits, and unwanted presence. So vervain is a really good option. Ooh, agrimony wards off evil entities. So I think dispel negativity, salt, fennel seeds, vervain, agrimony. Okay. I don't like to do more than like 4 or 5 herbs, so I'm just gonna quickly run through this and see if there's anything else that I'm really interested in. I could do olive, but olive is very purifying, and I'm focusing on dispelling negativity. Common centauri. I don't have centauri, but it would be so good in this. So maybe once my centauri arrives, I'll add a little in here. Common yarrow. Garlic is just so protective that and I'm trying to focus on like removing negative energy or evil spirits, not protecting against them. So dispelling, and we could do some rue. I use rue in everything. It feels wrong not to include her in this. She is my cure-all for dispel negativity. So we have my oil. Now we can make it. Okay, please ignore how messy my desk is. It's like grossly messy. I'm not going to start off with a giant jar of this. I'm gonna do a small jar, and we're gonna go from there. I got these from work. I love them. So we're gonna start off with good old fennel. I feel like a decent amount of like a holy number of seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 9 seeds. There we go. Always use holy numbers. So we got 9 fennel seeds to start. We're gonna add some vervain. The stinky vervain. This is a really tiny jar, so I'm not trying to fill it up like a huge amount. I'm trying to like make sure there's gonna be enough room for the oil. Rue, come here, my sweets. Rue is very strong smelling, by the way, so there's a really good chance that this oil will eventually smell like rue. I think we're gonna try for like a decent, like up to here. We're gonna try for up to here with herbs, so I may add more depending on how the agrimony and the salt fills it up. And I am planning on adding centauri when I'm done. Okay, that's pretty, we're almost there. I am planning on adding centauri when I get it. I ordered some, but it's taking a minute. We don't want to do too much salt. Okay. I think I'm gonna add 9 more fennel seeds. I'm feeling more fennel. Ooh, that's too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now comes the hard part. Getting the olive oil into this tiny, tiny jar. God, I love the smell of fennel. Okay, so we have a giant thing of olive oil, and I don't have any other oil, but olive is protective. All right, I probably should have added the olive oil before I added the herbs, but that's too much oil. I need to stir this. I think I have some forceps in here. I do. So I'm just gonna go in and break this up. Okay, now we can add more oil. All right. So it's very oily. I 100% like. All right, we got a cork jar. Okay. Here's my purification ointment, my dispel negativity ointment. Okay, now we're on to the next spell. I gotta take a sippy of water. Which I think is you have no power over me. Here we go. So this, traditionally, what I used to do is a bowl of water, a white candle, rosemary, thyme, vanilla extract, cinnamon, and a necklace. You burn till the wax collects, that necklace in jar inside the bowl, add the wax, vanilla, thyme, and cinnamon, stir clockwise, saying you have no power over me, you have no power over me, focus, repeat spell, and when needed, and wear it every day. So this is kind of, I guess, it's a protection charm, but it's a protection charm that is specific to one piece of jewelry, and it makes it so people don't have influence over you. So almost like protection from like domination work, which I like that cinnamon was used. I'd probably use cloves in this because cloves are typically used in domination working. So I would kind of toggle that with, oh, now cloves are working for me. I do like this. I'm trying to think because most of the protections that I do include blessing, but I think what we can do is make a kind of like a salt bowl or a charging bowl for jewelry. And I wouldn't necessarily be going and doing all of my jewelry, but like earrings are very typical for me to wear. So I think that's a good idea. And what we'll do is, let me write this down. Where my phone? Oh, got it. So it's gonna be a charging bowl, protection against dominance, and that's a good idea. So we're gonna do, salt is very purifying, so I don't know if I would do salt as a base. We could do rice as a base, like a rice bowl, and add things in. Cloves, I think, are gonna be added. I don't own a lot of crystals these days. I'm gonna add some of one of the oils that I have from the Death Witch, which is called Clarity oil, just because I feel like having clarity on your side will assist you if someone tries to do a domination working on you. So rice, cloves, clarity oil. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, myrtle would be good. Myrtle is used in love spells to increase intention, wear, or carry to attract true friendship. So that, paired with something that is protective, could be assisting in helping the right people be around you. So myrtle leaves, and I do have myrtle. All right, we're gonna get started on this. I gotta get my bowl and I gotta get my rice, and then we're gonna go, stepped on my mic. We're gonna go from there. All right, we have all my ingredients. I have my bowl of rice. I'm gonna start by adding the herbs. Mixing it well, so it's nice and equally balanced. Looks pretty good. Then we're gonna add cloves. Typically I like adding, as you saw with the last spell I did, a holy number. But I just kind of like, that looks like enough. I haven't used myrtle leaf before, I'm very excited. This is from Jew Witches, which I'm doing a collab with them. It looks so pretty. And then we're gonna add the oil. So this is from, like I said, the Death Witch. I haven't used her clarity oil before, but I'm very excited. It smells good. I'm gonna add just a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna use the top of her. And then I'm going to mix. Make sure it's nice and mixed properly. There we go. This is it. Wonder if I should add some flower essence. I feel like belladonna is a bit of a truth teller, so I'm gonna add some belladonna flower essence to this as well. So belladonna, if you're unfamiliar with flower essences, it's literally like dipping the flower in spring water. Belladonna flower essence is the only way you can actually ingest the plant safely because it's not poisonous. If you're unfamiliar with flower essence, someone was like, did you just say you ingested belladonna? I said, I ingested the only safe part of belladonna. And they're like, there are no safe parts of belladonna. And I'm like, yeah, but there is, if you prepare it in the flower essence, it's safe. So we're gonna use, I have some evil eye earrings. And maybe another ring for good measure. This one's like a little chain, but I would wear this one a lot. There we go. And that one. Okay. Finished product. So this is the same intention of you have no power over me. I probably am gonna keep this on my desk. Okay, I'm not moving very far away from my desk because I already know what I want to do with this last oil/water. It's a baneful protection water. And I think I have everything that I need. I just need to get it together. I'm also going to use one of those smaller vials because when I make waters for the first time, I make them in tiny amounts to see how they turn out. Okay? Are you saying hello? Say hi. All right, I don't want everyone to hear you licking me. That's kind of gross. Oh yeah, I love you so much. All right, he's just gonna sit here for a second. All right, you wanna come with mommy to gather her ingredients? We go make some things? We go make things? You go get the nettle? Go get the nettle. So this water is a baneful protection water. If you're unfamiliar with how I make waters, I use Everclear. And I'm actually gonna put the Everclear in first thing. I'm also gonna put in some holy water. That's good. Some holy water, which is very salty. Tiny bit. All right, I'm not sharing exactly what I'm putting in this because this is a blend that I actually am hoping to refine a little bit more and sell in my shop, which that's something that I haven't shared online yet. Is I want to eventually make like waters and oils and stuff for my online shop. One of the oils is like one that it's already on its second batch and I know it works really well and I really like it. Get in there. But like some of the things, and most of them are based on Italian folk magic and the herbs I use in Italian folk magic. Some of them are like not exactly all herbs that would be in Italian folk magic, but most of them are. Okay, so this is like a tester batch for a baneful protection blend. We're gonna see how it goes. Yeah, it's spilling a little bit, that's okay. All right. And now I leave this for like a while, but that's what it looks like. So now we have 3 things that I have created based off of my own spells. I'm really pleased with them. I mean, obviously it's gonna take a while of them sitting and then me actually using them to see how they turn out. But I think that this is definitely how I work with spells in the modern days. I really like making oils or waters or even like little bowls for things. And so now we have a Dispel Negativity oil and a Baneful Protection oil. Both of these are gonna receive a little extra something in them that I'm not going to show on camera because you know me, I don't always show all of my spells on camera. They're either gonna get, you know, extra blessing, they're gonna get something added to them, they're going to, you know, a little something extra. There's probably gonna be some extra herbs added into Dispel Negativity, one of which I mentioned, the others I will not mention. And for the Baneful Protection, I, you know, didn't explain everything I was doing, and even then I'm going to add in a little something something, as well as, you know, do prayers, blessings, etc. over them to, you know, activate them and make them more part of my practice. And the only thing you probably will see all of is this little salt bowl, which I would highly recommend. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm really pleased with how this turns out. It's also really pretty. And yeah, I mean, I think that this was a really good way of looking at my old spells and being able to say, okay, I know now how I like doing my magic, what I like doing in my magic, and how to go forward, and here's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'll let you know how they turn out, but I will definitely be releasing some oils, waters, and kind of incense into my shop. The goal is for the summer solstice because some of these oils and waters I haven't made yet. I just have like ideas of what I want in them. And a lot of times with oils, especially with an olive oil base, they need to be left for like a full moon cycle. And even then, with olive oil, I like to leave it until I can actually smell the herbs in them and it doesn't just smell like olive oil, which takes months. So I'm making like batches of these things, and you know, these are my like the Baneful Protection. This is a water that's definitely a trial that if it goes well, I'll put it in my shop. Same with the Dispel Negativity oil. But the other things that I'm, you know, wanting to release or kind of wanting to do with it are not going to be shown on camera, but you will hear more about it and maybe see little bits and pieces of the process on my YouTube channel and especially on my Patreon, who is now receiving monthly vlogs from me. And that is for the entire Patreon, I believe. And then as well as that, we have our book club. We have the Rusula Medica tier. What is that? Okay, the Rusula Medica tier is receiving an extra spell a month, and the Hydrocybe Conica tier, where I do my unfiltered chaotic witch on book reviews, is receiving a 4-card weekly reading instead of a 1-card weekly reading. I absolutely love my Patreon. We have both, you know, a Discord, but as well as that, you get to see extra content from me. You get to receive spells that I created for you and only you. You get to participate in our book club where we dissect and read all different sorts of witchy books, and you get to hear my opinion of certain witchy books that is completely unfiltered and raw for the Hydrocybe Conica tier and up. I also have a few mentee slots open and available. That is the highest tier, Amanita Vorosa. It is currently $80 a month, and with that $80 you receive direct access to me, and me answering all your questions, me responding to you, as well as that 2 30-minute sessions a month to help guide you in whatever direction you feel is right. But thank you so much for watching this video. I had a really great time. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and remember to drink water. Siate Benedetti.